I've photographed London for over 5 years now. I've done over 200 videos of me walking around the streets of London, getting different street photography, city photography, car photography, and everything else in between. In today's video, I'm going to take a slightly different approach. I'm going to pick a specific route that I'm going to do, which is going to be along South Bank from where I am at the National Theatre all the way down to Tower Bridge, and I'm going to make it purposeful. Typically what I do when I go out and I shoot is I just wander aimlessly in kind of whatever direction I feel at the moment, and the exact route that I'm going to be taking is linked below if you want to come and replicate it. If you do want to come and replicate it, then please tag me in those photos and show me what you've created, because I want to see. All of the photos in today's video are edited with my Lightroom presets. There's 188. They're all linked below if you want to go and check them out. The camera that I'm going to be using for this video is the Fujifilm X100VI. Now, it's a fantastic camera. It's compact, it's light, it's easy to use, and like I've already said this year, it's going to be my go-to camera for most of the year. And the reason that is because it fits in my pocket and it's easy to carry around. Okay, so first shot. Got a couple of people in the foreground. Super simple. Let's just get one of these runners going through the frame. Just waiting for these people to walk down the stairs. Nice. So basically what I was looking at here is there's a nice silhouette. As people come down, there's a nice shadow, so I'm capturing the shadow as they walk down the bottom of the steps. One of the things I like about London is the Brutalist architecture, like you have with the National Theatre. The National Theatre is, I mean, quite literally the epitome of Brutalist architecture, and there's bits and pieces of this type of architecture dotted around London, and I do like that. Now, Barbican is another place you could go if you wanted to get that aesthetic, as that's pretty much as brutalist as you can get. You can actually see it in the distance from here. We've got St. Paul's down in the distance. Got some people just walking through the frame. It doesn't matter how many times you go out and shoot in London, it's always slightly different. Different weather, different moods, different vibes, different types of busy. Today is very busy. And that all obviously depends on when you go out. I would recommend that if you are heading out and you want to get some street shots, early morning is normally the best, especially on a nice day like today. You end up having a bit quieter. At the moment, we're in the afternoon, sun is still nice. We've got this golden hour coming in the morning. With that golden hour, it's even better because it's a lot quieter and you can get some more simple frames, and it's something that I like to do. Next time you're wondering whether or not you should head out and take some photos, or basically if you're not sure, I've actually taken some of my best photos when I haven't been sure and I'm not in the mood. Now, I get asked a lot, how do you overcome from that situation? How do you get past it? And the best thing to do is go out with zero intention, with no objective. Just take a camera, could even be your phone, and just when you start feeling like you can kind of be bothered, just start taking some photos. And what you'll find is you'll be more attuned to taking photos then, because you're going to be more relaxed, because you're not going out with an objective, you're just there to shoot and enjoy. Nice little frame here, these three people. Yeah, that's nice. And it's just about looking at different aesthetics and different vibes. Tide is currently out as well, which looks good. There's two people down by the riverside. See if we can get them in frame. The thing that I struggled with at the beginning when I was going out taking street photos was I had this kind of overwhelming, I guess, thought that people were watching me or judging me, or I would care a lot whether or not people were aware of what I was doing, and somehow it felt wrong to do it. And I understand that now that seems really silly. It doesn't make any sense for me to be concerned about what other people are thinking of me in that moment, when actually all I'm doing is just taking some photos of a beautiful city. But sometimes we get caught up in what we think people are thinking and what they're actually thinking, which is they don't care. No one cares. And that's a really difficult thing to get into your head, is that a lot of the time we believe that they do, and we worry, and we get, some of us maybe get anxious about that, and then we end up not taking photos. Now, the way that I got over this was just simply going out with some headphones in, and it changed my perspective a lot because I was able to focus on the music, kind of lock in, if you would. I would lock into just taking photos, and then the rest kind of dissipated over time. Then when I started doing videos, at the time I was already doing YouTube videos, so I was used to talking to camera. And for me as a creator, talking to camera gives me an escape. Now that I'm talking to you guys, I'm ignoring everyone else, thinking about the people that are listening to this right now and whether or not it's going to help you in the future. Hopefully it does. And if you're one of those people that worries about going out and taking photos, please don't. Just concern yourself with the shots you're trying to take and how you can... Oh, that's nice. How you can kind of think outside the box a little bit to create a different image set. Now, I've spoke about this in other videos, how to create an image set. It's not about just taking the generic shots of like here where we're walking through the streets, getting a nice bit of silhouette in the foreground as people walk through. It's quite nice. Focusing on St. Paul's in the background. Now, yeah, this is lovely. But if we take all the shots like that, then the image set is going to be quite samey. Now, the way that you avoid having samey images is focus on, especially, you know, I'm using one lens, one camera. When you're using one lens, one camera, you can end up getting very similar photos when you go out in a city like this. The way you kind of get past that is really simple. Look for details, look for motion, look for reflections, and look for stories. So if you look for all of those things in different aspects of a city, you're going to end up walking away with a good image set. Now, hopefully, by the end of this, you'll understand what I mean, because I'll have a good body of images where I'll show you at the end, and we can decide whether or not it's a good image set. I mean, I'm hoping so, because I've done this for 5 years. I should be able to create that, but we'll see. In this location, obviously, the obvious shot is going to be if you stand here and take a photo towards St. Paul's. But as you can all see, there's a reflection behind me. So if we focus more on the reflection, it just gives us a little bit of a different image rather than the basic shot. Let's go to ISO 400. So we're at ISO 400, 200 per second, f2. I've done f2 because I want to get the focus on St. Paul's in the background. We've got all the people walking through, which has given us this really lovely kind of shadow silhouette effect and a bit of a reflection too. Okay, street vendor, see if we can get a shot of him. See if we can get a shot of the... per photo. Thank you. Have a good night. Anyone that's walked down South Bank before, there's a couple of different things that make you think of South Bank when you are walking along it. One of those is those vendors that I've just taken a photo of that are roasting, are they almonds? I think they're almonds. They're roasting those sweet almonds and they just smell incredible. They smell better than they taste, but that smell is kind of synonymous with walking down South Bank, at least for me anyway. So capturing that photo, again, adds to that image set and builds it out. Let's get some nice shots of these dude with the bubbles, which is sick. But because I'm facing the light, it's just kind of bouncing off the light. This is quite a unique frame here. So there's this coffee thing here, which actually, there's a bit of a story to the coffee thing. I used to live in Woolwich Arsenal, and the dude that owns this actually used to operate just outside the building that I lived in. But it's very rare that you're going to get a chance to shoot through a black cab and get a shot of St. Paul's. So I'm going to do that now. So the frame is shooting through here. Like so, we've got people on the other side. Like this. I'm also going to get one in landscape as well. There you go. that happens. I don't know if you can hear that. And actually, editing sound will let us know. As a guy walked past me, he said, "What are you doing, you weirdo?" Aimed at me. Now, 5 years ago, I would have listened to that comment and it would have made me feel really awkward. So if you kind of stand by here, you get a nice frame of people walking up here, and then you've got St. Paul's down the end. So you can kind of use this as a bit of a leading line down towards St. Paul's, which is what we're going to do now. So take a step to the left, aiming towards the bridge, as you can see, and then getting St. Paul's down the end on the left-hand side. I'm just wondering if there's a way of shooting through the trees. There we go. Perfect. Another prime example, just because I've walked around the back there, where I've come around the back of where I normally walk, which is over here, we have this fence just sitting here like this. I'm using this bit because we have the vine going up the side here, and it just gives a little bit extra to the frame. The whole point of today is to highlight that although that I've shot London for over 5 years, there's still some places that I haven't taken photos from. And this street that I've just walked down is one of those places. I've never walked down that street in those 5 years. And it just goes to show, it doesn't matter how many times you're used to shooting somewhere or you think you've shot everything, there's always somewhere new, always somewhere different that you can go and take photos. So that's why I always stand by, pick up your camera and just go out and shoot. Try something different. Look for different angles. Now, I've walked through Borough Market before. I very rarely shoot here because I guess it's a bit too busy or it's not my vibe. But we'll see if we can get something while we're here. If I was starting fresh today, the way that I would approach going out and taking photos is by just picking up a camera, whatever camera that is, and going out with no objective. Going out and just taking photos. And whenever I go out, I'd be looking to take 5 photos. It doesn't have to be in a specific category or genre, but just 5 different photos of any photo walk, and that's the objective. When you are going out, just try and build out that image set. So some nice reflections, some different motions, some story, and just try and find other things rather than just going, okay, that's a cool landscape. Doing that, look for foreground, look for different elements, different details that you can include to build out that image set that I've been talking about in this video. I think by doing that, you'll then evolve your photography into something that you're looking for. A lot of the time we go out with these preconceived ideas that we've seen scrolling. You know, we all do it. We sit there, scroll, oh, that's pretty, I could do something like that. Put that aside, pick up a camera and just go and take photos. Repetition is going to be your favorite and most valuable thing when you're trying to grow as a photographer or any skill at all. Repetition is where you're going to find the beauty. And over time, when you go out and you take these photos, you will find the odd, out of an image set, you will find a photo that stands out or sticks out compared to the rest because it's just been there, because you've gone out, you've been in the right place at the right time. That's just how photography is. Now, you can plan, of course, you can plan to the world's end if you wanted to, and you'll end up taking the photo you intend to. But a lot of the time, you don't need to do this. You could just go out, have a preconceived idea of where you're going to walk, and just look for those things. And make sure that you're just being purposeful in the way that you're shooting, and you'll walk away with a good image set. Now, all of the photos in today's video were edited with my Lightroom presets. There's a link to those in the description. If you want to be a full-time photographer or filmmaker or content creator, there's a link to that in the description as well. And also, if you want some further one-on-one mentorship, that's linked below as well. With all that being said, create more, stress less. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.